welcome to Play and Trade Guitars. I'm John, that's Zach behind the camera, and this is Play and Trade Guitars, where we play it and trade it. I love what Fender is doing with the Player Series, and today we're taking a look at basses. Today, checking out the Fender Player Series P bass, price point $799, super affordable. We're gonna see how it stacks up when we check out specs on the bench, and then we're gonna have John Lauler plug that bass in and let it rip for you. At the top, remember, if you're in the market for any new gear, click to buy using our link. You get fast free shipping and easy payment plans, and it supports us directly when you buy gear using our link, so thanks for doing that. Let's head over to the bench and talk specs. Remember to drop a comment as we go, and subscribe because we'll be bringing you a look at the P and J bass comparisons across Squier, Fender Player, and Fender American Professional 2 in the coming weeks. Let's get to work on the Fender Player P bass. Super excited. Nut 1.62 inches. First fret at 0.81 inches, up to 0.89 at the 12th. Pickup is 10.6. Exactly 9 pounds.
So like the first thing I'll say is like, you know, like I got my 72P here, and I mean, if you look at the comparison of the two, it's almost like the same shape. You know, if you put one in front of the other like that, it's the same cut. This is the thing I'm talking about. It's the same blueprint, you know, it's the same model essentially, just, you know, made today versus in 1972. So I mean, like really what you're looking for once you get past that is the way the bass feels and everything. You know, and then I mean, just like without even playing it, there's the balance I'm talking about, you know, which we didn't experience with the American Professional Series.
Right.
You know, so I mean, like this is a good example of a well-spent $800, you know. I'm always telling my students that like to get this if they want that kind of, you know, $2,000 quality but with a more practical price point. That's a good example. I mean, still kind of the same thing, like you got more power coming out of these, just the pickups are a little bit hotter. That solid wood maple neck. Really clear, well balanced, not much, you know, the action looks great. All I'm doing right there is I'm checking to see, this is kind of like something one of my luthiers taught me a while ago. But if you put your finger here on the first fret and then like pinky or something there on that last fret, and you're just looking for the distance between the string and the neck. And if there's about a credit card's worth, then you're in the right place.
Just a little bit of relief in the neck then.
Yeah, I always think about it like that credit card width. And I mean, to get that out of the box, I mean, that's pretty impressive. As far as the action, like, it feels good. I might personally lower it just a tiny bit, but I mean, I don't know where they shipped it from Mexico, that's right. I mean, if this got all the way to Mexico in this condition, that's not that bad at all. I'd say like this is a impressive, like, you know, tribute to that old school feel of the bass. You know, looks can be deceiving, price points can be deceiving. You know, the Fender thing is, again, like you put the name American on it and they can charge you $1,000 more. But you're getting essentially, like I said, the same exact bass made with the same exact cuts, just with cheaper parts. Unlike the American Professional Series, I can definitely tell you that this body has some air in it. It's a much lighter body. It maybe is leaning a tad bit on the neck heavy side, but not really. It's well balanced. You know, it's definitely a heavy neck though. But that's again a big difference in those more or the more affordable models is the type of wood. But again, like, sounds great. I mean,
how about the neck shape? How does it compare? Do you not notice it?
No, I notice it. You know, like it's standard American. It reminds me a lot of like the 90s American, you know, standard series. I have one of those at home. It's a little bit thicker. and it's a little bit thicker or thinner here width-wise. Thickness though, it's a little bit thinner for sure, but it feels good. It's got that maple juiciness to it. Just like see what it sounds like. There's a lot of power there. Yeah, I mean, like that, it's a good sounding bass. There's not, you know, like I said.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
I think, are we finding some winners in the player series here?
I think so. I think the player series, to me, if I had to A-B the player to the American, I'd say I'd prefer out the box, the player series here. Again, it's like Fender, you know, sometimes they want to get a little fancy when they shouldn't. And this is a good example of like what I consider a great quality Fender, just no ifs, ands, or buts, 2 knobs, 1 pickup, and just well made. You know, this bass will get you really far, and you know, yeah.
Great, let's hear it behind the track.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like these, man. These are a little fun, you know. Look, man. Nobody else is gonna know it's $800, and that's the important thing. So, you know, yeah, I definitely like this bass. It's a good one.
I like the fire coming from it too. Like you said, a little bit hotter output, it seems like. And
yeah, you know, again, like those things, like particularly if you're playing live, and when you do have a bass that's just passive electronics, those are really important, you know. I wouldn't be such in a hurry to change the pickups in a bass like this. I'd want to play it for a little while and kind of see where it's at.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and that's a thing too of like that vintage, you know, Fenders, like they had hotter pickups, like much hotter. So, you know, if you're looking for that vintage feel, you know, like I had a lesson with Carol Kay, and she talked about how like for all those recordings that she's on, her volume knob is turned down like a quarter of the way.
Wow.
You know, that's how hot those basses were, you know? So I think like, you know, and that's cool because you can have a little bit more control over your dynamic range without the need of a pedal, specifically with the P basses with one volume knob. You don't need a volume pedal, you know. If you have a nice, you know, pronounced sound, you can kind of get away with a little bit of a boost right here. So that's really important for me. Yeah, so definitely
Fantastic.
Player Series is a winner, man, for sure.
Yeah, I'm impressed from over here. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I think you could tell John liked the Player P bass, and I was super impressed by the sounds of this bass. What a great playing and sounding bass. I got to play it myself. You didn't see it in the video, sorry, but John took care of that. John, thanks for being here to demo and bring that bass to life. Remember, if you're in the market for this bass or any other gear, click to buy using our link. It really does help us out. Drop a comment. Let me know which bass you're in the market for. And we'll see you on the next video. Check out our comparisons. We've got comparisons of the Precision and Jazz bass at the Classic Vibe, Player Series, and American Professional 2. So be subscribed to the channel so you can check all those out. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. Be there on Playing Trade Guitars. Take care.